While people are getting settled, I'll do a couple announcements. On Wednesday nights this month, Abby's going to be doing a series in the downstairs studio, Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 8, called Hands-On Yoga. And this is a series that I really wanted to bring to the studio. By signing up for it, you consent to being touched. And even since before pandemic, but it really kind of got more intense through COVID and nowadays around touch and manual assist in yoga. It's just like not something that is seen as much or offered as liberally as it was once upon a time. And the manual assists really do have the extraordinary power to show you how and where to access things in yourself that you would be unlikely to find on your own. Not that you, it's never in our tradition about becoming dependent on a teacher, but just that the teacher is there to show you things that you have within yourself that you can access. But sometimes you need someone to show you the access points, and that empowers you and illuminates you and enlightens you. And so we have created this dedicated container to giving hands-on assists. So by signing up, you consent to that, and you will learn a lot through touch. That's Wednesday nights through March. Happy March, everyone. I think it's March 3rd. If you didn't know or you care to know, it's March. There's a restorative yoga class with Eric on Sunday, March 10th, a kids yoga fun night with Sarah, Saturday, March 9th. There's a postpartum yoga series and support group with Shia on Thursdays at 10 a.m. There's Baby and Me Yoga with Shia, an 8-week series on Tuesdays at 9:30 to 10:30. We have a new class called Back to Basics with Eric on Mondays at 6 to 7:15. Advancing Asana with Anisha is coming up Saturday, March 16th, 1 to 4. I'm sure many of you know Anisha and have taken her classes. If you don't know, she is a genius at breaking down poses in order for you to have breakthroughs that you might not have thought were possible. She just breaks it down and sets it up, and then you get it. And it's like, I don't know, I think that Anisha is probably the one yoga teacher that has the power of Satori. If you know what that is, just that like, oh my God, I've awakened. So I love this Advancing Asana series that Anisha offers. And then super excited for our March book club, Sunday, March 24th from 1 to 3. We're reading Acts of Forgiveness by Maura Cheeks. She's a local author, a friend of a friend. And this is a fictional story that takes place in Philadelphia about a reparations act being passed. I haven't finished it yet. It's really good. So recommend it. Even if you can't come or you don't have time to finish, join us if you're interested. My name's Mariel. This is Melissa. I teach the class. Melissa helps. Now that it's March, this is the month of Shiva Nataraja, which is the Hindu festival that celebrates Shiva, the Lord of Yoga. This image, this icon is called a murti in Sanskrit. This is one of many images of Shiva. This is known as Nataraja, Shiva Nataraja, and he is dancing, and the name of his dance is called the Ananda Tandava. It's the dance of bliss. I am deep. I don't know what's beyond a rabbit hole, a wormhole. I'm in a wormhole of reviewing Shiva stories and studies and trying to get to the place where I can consume new content, and I have so much more than I've ever offered, and I want to offer more of it this month if possible. Luckily, March is a long month, except I think I'm actually going away. And those of you who are coming to Tulum, you're going to get shit that has never been gotten before. And if you want to come, I think there's still 2 more spots if you're interested. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of the familiar content. Some of you have heard it before, and I never get tired of learning it, hearing it, and teaching it again and again. It's that good. It's like a really good book or a really good movie that you just want to watch again and again. And I'm excited to be offering some new stuff, but we might get lost along the way, and that's kind of the fun of it as well, as I try to integrate it into teachings. But you've often heard me say that these are not extrinsic objects of worship. You see like a lot of little Mortis around the studio. You'll hear me say that this is a mirror of divine reflection. And when you see it, you're meant to see yourself. And and even if you know nothing of it, when you look at it, there's something like evocative that happens. That's just an energy, like something kind of stirs. And then the more you know, the more you know of the story that's all on the icon and in the image, the more you see yourself in him and see him in yourself. And the place that I want to start this year, because I think it's so relevant, is that when you look at him, a god, one of the gods of the triadic tradition in yoga, Shiva, the Lord of yoga, the Lord of dissolution and destruction, and like feel free to come close and touch. There's no sacrilege here. This is as masculine and as feminine as a being can possibly be. And that in the tradition, gender is not about expression or sexism, it's about code. Like everything is gender encoded, and it's a way in which we symbolize opposites, and that yoga is the union of opposites. It's about the complementarity. And so I love this. I mean, my teacher, Douglas Brooks, I've heard this story so many times. I think he has this like Catholic mother in New Jersey. I don't know if she's still living or not, but he brought her back a little Nataraja from one of his trips from India, and she would keep him on her bedside table, like next to some Catholic deity, even though she like said that she wasn't a practicing Catholic. There were like both on her bedside table. And like at one point he's like, he says that she says, that statue you brought me back from India, I love her. And I just think that encapsulates it. Like when you look, it's as masculine and as feminine as a being can possibly be, but we know that he is the Lord of yoga and he does the dance because she, his consort, is so much in him and all over him that it inspires him and he invokes him to dance. So he dances not just for her, but also because of her. And it's that union. And in fact, like you can't see under the skirt on the image. Like we don't know what's happening there. It could be this or that or something else entirely. So I want to start with that. And then that the image contains the cycles of creation, which is one of the things that Three Queens is named for. In order to have one of anything, you need three of something. And the cycle of creation is to create, sustain, destroy. So in his hand here, he holds the damaru, the drum, and it symbolizes the breath, the heartbeat, creation. You see that here. The standing leg represents stability and groundedness, to sustain, to maintain. And in this hand he holds, these are the 5 acts of Shiva, and they're on him so that we see that we have these energies and powers within ourselves. We have the power to create, we have the power to sustain, preserve, maintain. Like, look at all of us. We're holding it together. In spite of all that, we're holding it together somehow. And to dissolve, destroy, transform, really, the fire transforms. So the fire in this hand represents the power of dissolution, destruction, transformation. And then, so that's 3 acts, and there's 2 more. This arm represents the concealment. He's kind of going like this, keeping himself concealed. And it points to the dancing foot, the dancing leg, which represents freedom and grace, anugrahats, like, and this is the closest thing to you coming off the statue. So he points to the graceful upturned foot, which indicates that grace is the closest thing to you. So grace is revelation. So concealment and revelation. The concealment points to the revelation. It's this idea that like we experience the floor as a stable, solid floor, but we know that it's like actually moving. But the way that we experience the movement of the floor is as the stability. Did you follow that? It's like atoms or something. So the floor is moving, but the movement is concealed as stability. So the concealment points to the revelation. It's also this idea of like the divine cosmic game of peekaboo that, another interpretation is he's doing the dance because he sees us and we're her, so he dances because she conceals herself in us, meaning the divine feminine. This is the unseen, think before this is the Urdhva Tandava, the lingam, the sort of formless form of Shiva from which the dance emerges. And he is sort of the formless form, the underlying source of the universe and all that is. And she, his consort, is the animating power, the animating force of all that is. So the only way he gets to see himself is in her and as her. She reflects to him all of his forms in us, as us, through us. So they conceal themselves in us in order to reveal themselves as us. Did we get it? Okay. Should I keep going, or is that enough? There's a ring of fire around him, and this represents sort of the Om. Like when we Om in the beginning of class, we sort of like envelop ourselves in a ring of fire that protects us, shields us. It's like an umbrella so that we can go in and find the inner light. And then I love this guy. This is a little demon that he's standing on. It's often called, his name is Apasmara, and he's often referred to as ignorance, avidya, in many traditions. And in our tradition, this is like not being squashed or crushed or really harmed or hurt in any way. The ignorance is actually what the dance rests upon, that when we dance and it's the dance of bliss. And the bliss is not something that we're here to attain. When we look at this, it's the reminder that we're born with bliss. And we just need to recognize it. And sometimes throughout our lives, we get like the hits of bliss. Like we remember that it's in us. We don't have to attain it. We already have it. When we experience the bliss, in the state of bliss, all else is forgotten. All else is ignored. We need to be able to ignore and forget other things in order to be in a state of bliss. And by the way, we don't want to be there all the time. Like he's not always in the dance. It's just that the dance is not only a possible feature of the human experience, it's like the best. It's splendor. It's wonderful and splendid. So Apasmara is the pedestal upon which the dance happens. The demon of forgetfulness and of ignorance upholds the dance. And then this one, my love, my new mama in the middle somewhere, is called Abhaya Mudra, which in many traditions is defined as fear not, or never with fear. And in our tradition, it means never without our fear. And so that the fear is as important a feature of the dance in our human experience as any and every other part. And that never without our fear empowers us to take courage, to turn, and to take courage. Courage is Kur, the root heart, and AGE means to engage. So courage is to engage the heart, is an invitation to turn into darkness in order to see the light, to find the light, the indwelling light within us, and that really, like, the darker it is, the more light is possible. The more light we see, the more light comes. So is that an okay start? Oh my God. And so not only is it a mirror, but it's also a map. It's a map for you to recognize where and how these energies live within yourself. To know this is to find them in yourself, and to find them in yourself is to recognize and be self-reflective, and to recognize, to find these aspects within the self and to recognize them within the self. In that process and practice of self-reflection, it illuminates us and it empowers us, and thereby we cast more light. In a world and in a time of darkness that is still at the same time like utterly beautiful and wondrous. Like there is still beauty and wonder, like astonishing beauty in the world. And we practice so as not to forget that. Because if and when we forget that, then we're really fucked. Okay? Here we go. So this month will be dedicated to Nataraja. Again, this is a powerful energy that we practice in order to directly experience in the self, as the self, by means of the self. Okay, it's within you, the indwelling light. Here we go. Yeah, let's take as comfortable a seat. Let's actually turn around and lay down. Let's start like that, reclined. Corpse pose, because Shiva, you know, in his story, he likes to hang out in the cremation grounds. So we'll start in the cremation grounds today. And I'm going to leave the lights on, but you can close your eyes if and as you like to turn into darkness, or at least just let the eyes soften. Your legs can be in whatever form, in whatever shape sort of suits you and soothes you. And let's bring the hands to the low belly. The thumbs just below the navel and the other fingertips near just above the sort of pubic bone area. The eyes soften and we look for the breath. This universal source of divine power and energy sort of consolidates itself into the form of the breath in order to pour life into all that is. Shiva is the infinite, formless form, and the dance signifies, represents, symbolizes divine union, the union of opposites. And that in relationship with his consort Shakti, she is the animating power and force, the energy that interpenetrates all that is, that enlivens all that is. They are each other's mirrors. He reveals to her the one, and she shows him the many. And it's the idea that in their union, the one becomes two, and the two becomes the many, all that is, the wonderful, splendid, infinite diversity of forms. We see the one in and as the many. And so the breath pours life into you so that the divine conceals itself in you and reveals itself as you. Imagine that. The breath ignites the heart wherein the Lord of Yoga resides. You'll often hear me refer to this as the voice of the true teacher, the source of supreme love and divine wisdom, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful, intrinsically free, and extraordinarily luminous. The breath ignites the heart and the indwelling light of the heart. It's called Icha Shakti, one of the powers of Shiva. The Icha Shakti informs, illuminates, and inspires the mind, the divine as mind. It's called Jnana Shakti. And the body as divine, Kriya Shakti. And here in this gift of conscious breathing embodiment, we have an opportunity through the practices, the teachings and practices of yoga, to align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves through aligned engagement in ways that affirm and enhance our capacity to experience and embody the gift of life as divine. Feel a slow, deep breath come in and fill you all the way up through the skull take it to heart, and then let it pour out of you heartfelt in all directions. Slow exhale. Breathing through the nose, feel the breath come in through the nose, take it all the way down deep into your hips and pelvis. Feel the belly expand, let it fill you up, take it up through the skull and bring it to your heart. And then let the breath pour out of you heartfelt in all directions. So this is a circuit of energy that I'm sort of drawing. You can follow. The breath comes in, you feel it come in through the nose, take it deep down into your being, let it fill you all the way up to the top, and then bring it down to the heart. And from the heart, make it an offering back out. You can repeat that a few more times on your own. And to come back to this pathway, this circuitry of energy throughout your practice today, as much and as often as you can and you like. The breath pours into the depths of the being and fills you to the top, to the crown. And then you bring it into the heart, and then from the heart you make of it an offering with the exhale. Keeping one hand on the low belly, bring one hand to the heart, and just take a moment to feel the rhythmic beating of your heart, to feel the presence of the breath, and to feel the edges of your form in the support of gravity. Feel breath, heart, form, and gravity. And herein our playground. When you're ready, bend the legs and feel both feet on the ground. You can keep the hands on your body or release them to the sides. Take the feet about as wide as the mat. And as you exhale, let both knees fall gently to the right. And we'll place the right foot on top of the left thigh. And just sort of like, be a good neighbor if you're close, sort of scooch. So Audrey, other foot on top, like windshield wipers. Yep, right foot on top of left thigh, you got it. Breathe, feel, notice. Start with the effortless effort, and when you feel ready, as the top foot presses down, also press the top leg up. And allow that to be like a complementary opposite, like action of opposites, in a way that there's divine union. One doesn't actually dominate the other, maybe a little bit, but in the little bit you start to sort of equalize, harmonize. The top foot presses down, the bottom leg presses up, and notice if that, if and what that ignites in the fabric of the body. On an inhale, lift up through center, feet as wide as the mat. And on the exhale, the knees fall gently to the left. And take a few breaths like that, in and out through the nose, slowly, sweetly. And when you're ready, left foot comes on right thigh. Effortless effort to begin. Receive the self as you are. Stay with the breath first and foremost. And when you're ready, it's like we receive the dance, the underlying dance. It's always happening. It's underlying all that is. We are the dance. And then and that's the teaching, and then the practice of yoga is to step into the dance, to participate. And what happens when you press foot into leg and leg into foot, something ignites inside of you. You see yourself. What do you see? What do you feel? How does it feel? Where do you feel it? When you press foot into thigh and thigh into foot, linking breath and action. Belly breathing all along through the nose, breath to depth, depth to crown, crown to heart, and from the heart, an offering. Inhale the legs through center, uncross, take the right ankle over the left thigh. Bend the left knee in towards the chest, thread the right arm between the leg. Draw the shoulders up and back and sort of soften them down towards the earth. And keeping the shoulders resting back, press the left thigh into your clasped hands. Maybe nudge the right thigh with the right elbow or forearm. And as you press the right thigh away from you, gently draw the left thigh in. Belly breathing through the nose. So I'm hoping you're getting like somewhat of a hip opener here. Flex both feet, spread the toes. We're gonna keep the cross, but release the hands down to the sides or out to the sides. Bend the elbows as needed. Bring your left foot to the floor. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh more deeply so the thighs touch. Scoot your hips to the right and lower your knees to the left. So starting with kind of just like more of a gentle stirring than, our warm-ups are usually more like a vigorous whisk. This is a gentle stir as we warm up. Squeeze the legs together, and as you squeeze the legs together, try to pull the legs apart. Belly breathing. On the inhale, draw the legs up through center. Do you recognize the song? Uncross. Scoot your hips back to neutral across the left ankle over the right thigh. Bend the right knee in. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh for Sukhi Randrasana, Eye of the Needle. Our warm-ups are usually a version of this, standing, balancing on one leg. Oh, it's coming, my loves, it's coming. Think of the form. We're not facing it anymore, but he is standing, balancing on one leg. Flex that foot that you will be standing on, spread those toes, and push through the heel as you draw the right thigh in and sort of nudge the left thigh open away from you. One more belly breath. Notice what you feel what you notice. And on an exhale, release the hands down to the sides or out to the sides, mindful of your neighbors. Right foot to the floor, left thigh crosses over right thigh, and the knees release to the right. Jatara Parivartanasana, a supine twist. Try to keep the left shoulder more than less grounding towards the earth. And as you inhale, squeeze the legs together. Follow the breath, the circuitry of the breath. And as you exhale, try to pull the legs apart. One or two more times like that at your own pace. And on the inhale, come up through center. Stretch your legs out long, reach the arms overhead. Huge breath in, slow breath out. Another big breath in, and on your exhale, you'll bend your knees over your hips, flex the feet, spread the toes, bring your palms to your thighs, and push your thighs away from you until they're right over the hips. More. Good, more. Yeah, so your knees aren't towards your chest. Your knees are directly over your thighs. Pause here, big breath in. Exhale, press hands into legs, legs into hands. Stay with this. Can you draw the shoulder blades onto the back? Press hands into legs, legs into hands. Can you change nothing, but as you, that should sort of tie you into your core. You feel that, but you're still breathing. On your next inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, plant the feet. Bend the elbows alongside your waist. Press the elbows down. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up. Find your breath. The palms can come to rest anywhere on your midsection. As you inhale, feel the center expand. Hug your knees towards each other. Turn your toes in. As you exhale, press your feet down and forward. Feel the bridge grow from inside out. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hips down. Lift the feet up, knees over the hips. Press hands into legs, legs into hands. Regain that connection to your core. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. It's like chair pose on the floor. Exhale, ground your feet. Bring the elbows to the sides. Stand through the feet. Lift the hips. Bridge pose. We'll do that just 3 more times. And you can put a block between your knees too if you want a little more. Knees over hips. Bring your hands to your thighs, thighs into hands. Big breath in. Exhale. Press your hands into your legs into your hands. Keep that. Follow your breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, feet come down, elbows alongside the waist. Big breath in, stand through the feet, lift the hips up. Maybe wriggle the shoulder blades in a little closer together here for an extra breath. Good, on the exhale, lower the hips. Feet come up, press hands into legs, legs into hands, so we reconnect to the power of the center. Keep that as you reach the arms overhead. Exhale, feet come down, elbows come down, stand through the feet, lift the hips up. Press the feet down and forward. Offer it to your breath. On the exhale, the hips come down, the feet come up, big breath in. Exhale, hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Keep that connection. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the feet. Bend the elbows alongside the waist. Inhale, bridge pose. The instrument of connection. You can stay here or together on your own. Take it one more cycle. Doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be perfect, but do follow in the wake of your breath. Let all movements and actions be in service to the breath. We'll meet in central rest position. The hips come down, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Feel the breath, feel the heart. Feel the unconditional support of gravity beneath you. And feel your form. Directly experience the place where breath and heart and gravity coalesce. In you, as you, concealed in you to reveal as you. Gently roll to one side. We'll press through the hands to find our way into a tabletop position. Bring your hands to the top corners of the mat. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears and send your hips towards your heels. Inhale to table. Lower your forearms to the floor. Interlace your hands. You can tuck the little finger in if it's getting smushed. And then walk your feet back for a forearm plank. Shoulders in line with the base of the neck, so you might need a little bit of a shrug there, armpits towards the ears, and then right between the shoulder blades, soften without dropping the shoulders down. Just let the upper back move towards the mat. And as you exhale, walk your feet forward. You can have the knees bent, the heels lifting. Walk it in, walk it in, walk it forward as much as you can with the feet, and right at your edge, press the forearms down and press your upper back towards your thighs and press your thighs away from you. On the exhale, walk it back to forearm plank. You can lower one or both knees if and as you like. Be with your breath. And when you're ready, on an exhale, walk it forward. Maybe tippiest of tippy toes. Press the forearms down, press the upper back towards the thighs, press the thighs back away from you. Breathing through the nose, take the breath into the depth, from the depth to the crown to the heart, and from the heart out in all directions. Walk it back, forearm plank. The breath goes into the depths, ignites the crown, the heart, and emanates from inside out in all directions. And walk it in. This is the last one of these. It's called a warm-up. It's a different kind of warm-up today. If you're new, it's not always like this, and yet it is. Walk it back. Lower the knees and the belly. Come onto your forearms. If there's a bun in the oven, you can sit back on your heels. You can sit on a block or a bolster or a blanket. Take a shot for a shoulder stretch here. We'll meet back up. Come up on your left forearm, bend the right leg, and with your right hand, find your right foot for a thigh stretch. Right hand to right foot. Press the right knee down and in to the midline. Press into your left forearm to kind of draw the bottom ribs in and up. And as the bottom ribs lift in and up, press the knee down and in. Does that get you a little more into the thigh? And then keeping that, kick the foot into the hand. Kick the foot back to get into the shoulder. Do you feel that? So rather than pulling the foot in, kick the foot back. Gently release. Prop yourself on your right forearm, left hand for left foot. Stretch back through the right leg. So active in the right leg. Your right leg here is like your standing leg, your stabilizing leg. We don't want to forget the forgetfulness, right? So the right leg sort of presses into the earth. And then as you press the left knee down and in, draw the ribs up. You got to sort of push into your forearm to draw the ribs up. And then kick the foot back. Get into the shoulder more. That left knee wants to splay, and we forget the right leg. Press the right foot down, squeeze the left knee in, and then kick the foot back. Gently release. Plant the hands, downward dog. Check it out. Gently pedal the feet from side to side. Stretch through the soles of the feet and the backs of the legs. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. We'll take the right foot through to lunge. Inhale, reach up. Offer it to the breath. Take the breath in and down all the way to your feet. Pull the feet towards each other and feel the energy rise all the way up. And as you reach up and out through the fingertips, let the top of the front thigh descend. One more breath. Exhale, plant the hands, downward dog. Breathe, feel, notice. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. On the inhale, reach up. Find your breath first. Follow the currents of the breath to find your feet. Pull the feet towards each other and draw the energy of the feet, the earth, the body, all the way up and out through the fingers. And as the fingers rise like flames, let the top of the front thigh descend. One more full breath. Follow the breath. Exhale, plants the hands, downward dog. Can stay here, rest as needed, or inhale for plank. Exhale to lower towards the earth in the style of you. Inhale for a cobra. Bend the elbows a lot. Press the inner edges of the hands down. And as you push the hands down, shrug the shoulders up and back. Slide the palate back and pull the hands towards the feet. Press the palate back, press the hands down, and pull the hands towards the feet. One more breath, full breath. On the exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. Fingertips to the floor or blocks, framing your front foot. Lift the back heel, knee, and thigh high to the sky. Push into the blocks to straighten your front leg. Press the inner edge of your front foot down, and totally optional, with the right hand, pull the right hip crease back. That should light up a little more circuitry, yeah? The back heel lifts, the foot pulled towards each other, the feet pulled towards each other, and the right hip tucks back. Bend the front leg. We'll take it back through dog. Just take a moment to check it out from side to side. Maybe there's a bit of asymmetry now that can be seen and felt. When you're ready, we'll meet with the left foot forward. Follow your breath. Hands to blocks, framing your front foot. Lift the back heel, knee, and thigh high to the sky. So this is we're like igniting the back leg first. The back leg, the rear leg is the standing leg, the stabilizing, the grounding. Push through the back leg, the back thigh presses back, the front leg straightens. And the left hand maybe comes to the left hip crease and pulls it back. Press the inner edge of the front foot down as you pull the left hip crease back. Follow the breath. The way the breath carries the gift of consciousness, the light of awareness, into the darkness of the fabric and fibers of the body and illuminates from inside out. Bend the front leg, downward dog. Find the breath. Breath leads the way. Follow in the currents of the breath. So the breath is the lead dancer, and we step into participation. That's the practice of yoga. You can find a linking vinyasa or let the breath just hold your vision. But to dance with the breath is to let the breath lead, initiate the movements, the actions. Downward dog. We'll meet there. Find your breath. On an inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Left knee and toes point straight ahead. Inhale, reach forward and up. On the exhale, we're going to take a big step forward to balance on the left foot. Stand through the left leg. The left leg is not locked. Can bend the left leg a little bit. Maybe take the right foot forward and a little bit to the left. Good. Step it back. Push through the right foot. Reach through the fingers. Big breath in. Exhale, step forward. Big breath in. Exhale, step back. Big breath in. Exhale, step forward. Big breath in. Exhale, step back. Big breath in. Follow your breath. Exhale, step forward. Big breath in. Follow your breath. Exhale, step back. Big breath in. Last one. Big step forward. Cross ankle over thigh. Sit deep into chair pose. Take the butt back. Buttock flesh flows down, the heart lifts, the crown slides back, the biceps back. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Catch the right foot behind you. Again, standing leg isn't locked. Hug the back knee in to the middle. Draw the shoulder up and back and hinge halfway forward. Release the foot, slow motion, step back to lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, downward dog. Pause, breathe, feel, notice. Turn your senses to your breath and your breath to your senses. Take the breath in deep. Let it fill you up. Bring it to heart. And then from your heart, push through the arms as you exhale. Feel the hips lift and then ground back down through the heels. On an inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Follow your breath, not my voice. Exhale to catch your lunge. Inhale to reach up. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. Exhale, step forward. Feel the wobble. The wobble is real. When we resist the wobble, we lose balance. When we become receptive to the instability, we become more stable. The stability, the balance conceals itself and reveals itself as instability, imbalance. Maybe a little bend and what's called vrikriti, a little twist and turn. Rise, step it back. That's one. Big breath in, the 5 acts of Shiva. Push through the standing foot on an exhale, rise. Inhale. Exhale, follow your breath. Big breath in. With your exhale, step forward. Complete the breath. Exhale, step it back. Let it be full, each pose, each transition. Is this the fifth one? Now we're going ankle over thigh. Sit deep into chair pose. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Just kind of get in there, get into the depth, the fabric, the fiber of conscious embodiment. The sitting bones anchor, the heart lifts, the head slides back, the biceps back, sit a little deeper. Whoo, in the ring of fire. Inhale, rise up, left foot, left hand to left foot. Shoulder up and back. Hug the left knee to the midline as you hinge forward. Slow motion, release the foot. Step it back. Big breath. Exhale, plant the hands. Downward dog. Linking vinyasa, if and as you like in the style of you. All that cue means is to find the breath, to reconnect to the circuitry of energy and power that is the gift of the life force energy, that is the gift of life that each breath offers. That's all. We're going right leg to pigeon prep. Right hand to a block in front of you. Walk the back knee a little bit more to the midline and try to get more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. And then bending the back leg, spring is in the air. Left hand for left foot, pigeon thigh stretch. You can stay here more and like leaning into the block in front of you. As you pull the knees towards each other and you draw from the earth into the depth of your power, you can take the block outside the front leg to come more upright, or maybe take flight with the right arm. Options, variations. There's no one right way or best way. There's your way. It's in the style of you and the key of you in service to your breath. Gently release. Downward dog. Push through the arms to lift through the hips, ground through the heels. Find the breath, follow the breath. Left leg through to pigeon when you're ready. We'll meet there. We'll take the back knee a little more to the midline, a little bit more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. A block comes in front of you for the left hand support. Pull the knees towards each other. So you're actually like the flames, you're actually lifting up from the ground of being. There's an upward energy, not a downward energy. The tendency sort of to sink here. We're pulling the knees in to lift, to rise, and then bending the back leg, right hand for right foot. We bind ourselves to ourselves, and it holds us together. The back leg is the rear leg, the stabilizing leg. Press the back knee down, in, and forward. And when you bring the awareness to the back leg, notice what happens. The back knee presses down and forward, we get more lift. Maybe block outside the left hip. Maybe take flight. Wherever you are, however you choose to be, make it an offering to the breath. Gently release. Downward dog. Inhale to plank. Lower the knees. Shrug the shoulders. So the arms are straight. Shrug the shoulders and then melt between the shoulder blades, like the bottom of the heart center is moving towards the thumbs. And now bend your elbows the bare minimum to bring your pelvis forward and down. Point the feet. Press the feet down so much the knees and thighs lift up. Press the hands down and back. Press the hands down and back. Head back. Exhale, downward dog. That was sneaky. Walk your feet a little bit forward until you can ground through the heels. You can keep the palms flat like downward dog in the arms and hands. Walk the feet forward, knees and toes point straight ahead. Bend your knees a little bit. Push into your hands. And now press your thigh bones back. Keep that as you start to walk your hands a little bit more towards your feet.
Interlace your hands behind your head. Tiny bend in the knees. Hug your feet towards each other. You'll feel your legs engage and ignite when you hug your feet towards each other. Push your head into your hands and your hands into your head. You'll feel the back ignite a little bit more. Stay with your breath. Hug your feet towards each other. Press head into hands, hands into head. And as you hug your feet towards each other, push into your legs and press your head into your hands to come all the way up to standing. And as you root through the legs, pull the skin of the back of your skull towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Warm, burning. What happened? Okay. Yeah, drink some water, especially if you were out last night. Okay. I would love for everyone to have blocks, balls, strap. I'm really debating on this one. Yeah. I'm going to try to be minimal. Blocks, 2 blocks, strap, balls. Find your strap. We're going to take the strap around the thighs. You'll take the knot buckle end of the strap inside the 2 buckles, and then over one and under the other. And when you go like this, it shouldn't come apart. And if you need help with that, no judgment. This is advanced yoga. Me and Melissa will come around to help.
Mariel, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, of course. Or in fact, here, just have this one.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what you were doing.
It's nice to
Yes. Does it really smell in this corner?
No, it smells great.
Okay. Ooh. What'd you say?
So God, is it me?
No. Yeah, and then make it tight.
Wait, do you want it like tight wrapped around the leg?
Tight wrapped around the legs.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody else need it? And so it's around your thighs, middle thigh, somewhere between like above the knee and middle thigh. It doesn't have to be the top of the thighs. Bring your feet, your heels like hip distance apart, and then make it tight. And if you were to try to pull your thighs apart, they shouldn't come out. Does that make sense? Feet hips width apart, press your thighs out, and it shouldn't come undone. We good? Okay. And then also, one more pro tip, you might not want the buckle against your skin if you're a sensitive being. Did you plan your outfits? There's color things happening in the room today. I love when that happens. Stand at the top of your mat. Hips width apart, should feel tight. Like a little too tight. Okay, find your Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra is a gesture of sincere self-reverence and courageous self-offering. It's a gesture that acknowledges and honors the presence of the heart, the voice of the true teacher, the source of supreme love, divine wisdom, and wondrous luminosity. It's a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves before us as a guide and an offering. Deep breath in through the nose, and a slow, full breath out through the nose. And can you feel the breath on the mudra? Let the mudra sense and feel the breath. So the breath infuses the heart before the heart.
Release the hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the legs deep. Fingertips graze the earth. Keep the legs this bent as you reach the arms up. Exhale, how low can you go? Fingertips to the floor. Lean into your fingertips. Press your thighs back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold, bow to the heart. You can bend your knees to plant your hands and walk your feet back. Downward dog. Inhale to plank, follow your breath. Exhale to lower. Inhale for cobra, cobra dog or up dog. Exhale to your belly and roll onto your back. Yes, it worked. Bend the elbows alongside the waist. Feel both feet on the ground, hips width apart and parallel, and press the center back of your skull down. Take the breath in and down. Tilt your sitting bones, your pubic bones towards your heels. Keep that as the breath rises up to the crown. Press the back of your skull into the earth. Feel the heart lift. As you exhale from the heart, press your elbows down. The heart lifts. And slide the shoulder blades into each other, right underneath the heart center. As you press the elbows down, the center back of the skull down, stand through your feet to lift your hips up, and let the palms come to rest anywhere on your midsection. As you inhale, feel the center expand. As you exhale, feel the center soften. As you inhale, center expands. As you exhale, press the feet down and forward. Feel the bridge, the instrument of connection, grow from inside out. Inhale, center expands. Exhale, press the feet down and forward. Change nothing in the shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hips down. Any questions on that bridge pose, Sati Bandhasana? Okay, Melissa, you're gonna do bridge with the strap over here. I'm gonna walk around because I wanna see. It's like I miss the joy. The best part is getting to see you all have your experience. And then offering if and what I can to enhance that. So in our tradition, the hands-on adjustments, the manual adjustments are never seen as like corrections. It's never the sense or the idea that you're doing it wrong or anything wrong. The hands-on assists and adjustments are just like, they're enhancements, they're adornments. They're zhuzhing. Like, you look beautiful, I'm just gonna zhuzh your hair a little. Or there's a little lipstick on your tooth, it's cute, but we'll zhuzh. Okay, sorry, tangent. Press the center back of your skull down, bend your elbows alongside the waist, press the elbows down, big breath in, take it to heart, the heart lifts, wriggle the shoulder blades in to each other. When you're ready, Jonathan, walk your feet towards your butt a tiny bit. Stand through the feet to lift the hips up. Palms can come to rest anywhere on the midsection. Inhale, feel the center expand. Exhale, press your feet down and forward. Maybe walk your feet in a tiny bit. Press the elbows down. And as you exhale, press the feet down and forward. Walk your feet towards your head a little bit more. Good, now try pressing them. Yes, okay. Change nothing in your shoulders. We're just gonna take the hands outside the ears as wide as the mat. Fingers will point towards the feet. Okay, it's a little goofy, I know. So the palms of the hands are coming towards the floor, outside the ears as wide as the mat. As you inhale, center expands, nothing changes. As you exhale, press your feet down and forward. Maybe come to the top of your head and pause. Take the breath into the depths of your being. Take it to the crown. Press the crown down. Take it to heart. Suck your armpits in. Push through your legs to press your heart forward. Keep that as you exhale from the heart. Push through your arms and legs to rise up. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Breathe, offer it to the breath wherever you are in the style of you, in the key of you. And on the exhale, when you're ready, slowly walk it out and come down. And we'll check in. Find your breath, breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Breath to depth, depth to crown, crown to heart, and from the heart out. Questions, comments, concerns, conundrums? Okay, for the record and on the record, I promise you, the first one sucks. You know, like, firsts are often not the best or the greatest. Like, it gets better. It gets better. So that was like a warm-up, a shitty icebreaker, if you will. You can stay in bridge. You can always place blocks under your hips for more of a supported bridge. We're going 2 more right now, but there will be more than 2 more. Did I hear an oh shit? I didn't. I'm just kidding. Maybe I did. I'm not a mind reader. But the human experience is a shared experience. So in other words, like, I get it. Place the hands out, place the elbows. So I don't want us to like overthink it or rush. I really like to take this from bridge pose. So start with your elbows alongside your waist, because this way we start with the shoulders in like a really optimal alignment. It's really easy to get misaligned along the way when we're not sort of leading or moving in and from the heart, the divine. So press the elbows down, feel the chest lift, wriggle the shoulder blades in, really actively press the skull into the earth. You'll feel the back muscles ignite more with that action. Stand through the feet to lift the hips up. Walk your feet in towards your butt a little bit, and now press your feet down and forward. Wriggle the shoulder blades in a little deeper. Change nothing, just bring the hands outside the ears as wide as the mat. Take them wide, spin them out a little bit. You can even turn them out a little bit more, like index fingers point away from each other. Elbows hug in, hands turn out. Can you push just to the top of your head and pause? Take the breath into your feet, to your crown, to your heart, and from the heart, push through your legs, push through your arms. Rise. Turn your toes in, hands out, one more breath. And on the exhale, slowly lower. Find your breath. Return to breath, to depth, to crown, to heart. We okay? Any questions, comments, concerns, conundrums? So the strap should be adding like a lot of value in terms of resourcing, utilizing, accessing the legs so as to protect the lower back. So my hope is that you're not feeling it in the low back, and if you are, call me over so that I can help. Okay, are you feeling it in your lower back? Maybe? Okay. This is the last one of the warm-ups, and then it's just a warm-up. The concern is those of you who aren't laughing. It's okay, though. Bridge pose, in the style of you, in the key of you. Offer it to the breath. I mean, I really do want to come around and give all of you an assist. It's just like awkward nowadays. Jonathan, hold my ankles. Bring your hands back to bridge. Bring your elbows back to bridge. Hold my ankles. Okay.
And then when you're ready, place the hands outside the ears, come to the top of your head. Try to knock me over, push me over. Come up, because I can see that you can come up. You're just getting a little bit stuck. Yep. Push me away.
Like this way?
Yes, yeah, like try to knock me over. There it is. Look towards the floor. Push me over. Push through your legs and push me over at the same time. Yes, and then on an exhale, come down. That's your pose. That feel different? Yeah. Sorry, I have so much lotion on. That's the other thing. If I'm going to start giving assists again, I have to chill on my oils and lotions. Yeah, I'm going to show on you. That's why I wanted you to warm up a little. Okay. Yeah. The strap, I love that. Yeah, that's so resourceful. Divine, that's the Shakti. Yeah, exigency. Okay, fine, reconnect breath. Roll to a side and just come into a downward dog. It's just like not a deep forward bend, just a counter pose, a neutralizer. Pedal the feet a little bit. I know the strap's kind of awkward. Such is life. In my opinion, nothing more awkward than dancing unless there's a lot of tequila involved. And those days are long gone. Although I guess I dance in my house more than I realize. No, I guess I do dance a lot. It's just different. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body, and then when you're ready, kind of just have a seat, have a rest. Okay, so we got a question here about a splaying elbow. I saw a splaying elbow. And I want to show and assist so that those of you who want it can have it. I'm thinking through a couple of things, so I'm massaging. Okay, I'm going to get on the mat just to show a couple misalignments because I don't want to make anyone else do that. That's okay. And if I lay this way, I'm wondering if we can still be in frame. And if not, you might just have to zoom me out a little bit. You might have to look at OBS where there's not a lag. Okay. Yeah, hands and everything? Okay, so the tendency when we go here is for the hands to turn in and the elbows to splay out. I'm exaggerating a little bit just so you can see, but can you see that tendency? So in order to get the elbows not to splay out, we gotta hug the elbows in and then the hands turn out. And you'll actually be able to get like more ground through the inner edge of the hand, which is critical. So think hands out, elbows in. And when I start here, view is everything, point of view is everything. What those of you in front of me can't see, that those to the sides of me can see, is that my arms are not actually plugged into my shoulder socket, so I'm not actually moving like from my center, from my heart. Which is why if I come in from bridge pose, and this might get a little muffled on the mic, I can get the shoulders really in place, in line, so that I'm moving from the heart. Can you see that? I'm using my legs, and the head of the arm bones is in the shoulder sockets. And then from here, I make this transition. And you see how this is the tendency? I gotta go here. When the hands turn out, it's awkward, but you gotta know the moves. When the hands turn out, the elbows go in. And then I can push through the arms and legs to come to the top of the head. I breathe into my belly, to my crown, to my heart, push through the legs, heart forward. Now my arms are really in, and then push down to go up, and that becomes the effortless effort, because I'm plugged into my power. When you're not plugged into your power, it becomes effortful, and it might feel like impossible or barely possible, because you're just not plugged into your power. You gotta line up the circuitry, which takes effort. You gotta know the circuitry, you gotta learn the circuitry, the teachings, and then you gotta practice the teachings, right? Put them in your body, find them, know them in your body, and then once you're plugged in, it becomes effortless, and I can plug in more. Sorry, that was mouth breathing. That away. Now, the wrist thing, try not to catch myself on fire. It's metaphorically. Big difference. Melissa, can you come onto the mat so I can show this? Now, this is for those who want it. And scoot yourself that way just so we don't light ourselves on fire. Okay. And I'm gonna, is it okay to touch your hair? I'm gonna step with my feet just outside our head, and she's gonna hold my ankles and come into your bridge pose. Okay, and come to the top of your head. And now push into me to come up. Push me away. Good, now push into your legs and push into me. Push into your legs and push into me. And one more breath, push into your legs and push into me, and tell them how that felt.
This is crazy.
And when you're ready to lower down, you can hang out here, I know, but when you're ready to come down, come down. And like, how is that different from like, she can do the pose on her own, but how is it different from doing it on your own?
There's so much more space in like my upper body that my shoulders get in the way of normally.
Yeah. Like, it's the uncarved block. The Lord of Yoga is within you, and then I come and be the Shakti, the mirror, the reflection, and she gets to see way more of herself. That's the beauty of the hands-on adjustment. It's just like the way in which Shakti, in another form, reveals to you more of yourself. And you know, and just, you know, that many, and like you probably felt more of the things you already are. You probably felt more free or more bliss or whatever, like whatever the taste, I don't know what it tasted like to her, but it tasted like more of something intrinsic, which is all on this map. It's the dance of bliss. Like, we get to taste that in life. We don't have to attain it. It's part of the experience. And you want to get good at tasting that note, right? We want to taste bliss, maybe more bliss, but again, not only bliss, because then bliss just becomes like vanilla ice cream. No offense to people who like just vanilla ice cream, but like, there's more. This is like freedom, liberation, like it's part of our experience. It's intrinsic. It's not something, like it is something that as humans we are trying to attain collectively, but the point is that it's a problem that we aren't there because it's intrinsic and we see that it's not extrinsic. The liberation, the freedom is intrinsic. And so that's how we notice when it's missing. In order to have the experience, the thing that we are after is intimacy and vulnerability and relationship, that it's in relationships of intimacy and vulnerability that you get that experience. And you like that experience?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want that, it's on offer. It's an invitation, not an obligation. I'm not gonna Jonathan, I apologize that I didn't ask for consent, but we have a dynamic, so sorry if I overassumed. But normally I'd have to like go around and ask every person, and that would get really time consuming. The rest of you aren't here for that. Who wants it? Okay, I'm not a very organized person. So we're gonna do more bridges and urdhvas. That's what's on the menu here for now. It could be supported bridges. I'm totally good with that. And I just wanna show that so folks know what that looks like. A supported bridge can look like this, one block. I would love, in the service and spirit of this practice, to like play your edge a little bit. So it might be, I'm hoping that this would be like the most mild form. Again, like no obligations. You do you in the style of you. And then, you know, the most would be like 2 blocks under your hips for a supported bridge with the strap. So we're not here. Okay, we're holding it together, the standing leg. Here. Okay, or you could be in active bridge poses. My other most favorite place that I recommend is the in-between place from bridge pose, just going here from elbows splaying to elbows in, hands out, and just being here in this like optimal starting sort of transition place, like push through the legs, elbows in, hands out, push through the legs. And then Urdhva, if you know it and love it, like a few more times. This is a little bit of a cut you loose time while I get around to everyone who wants it. And Melissa, you can shadow me and then give some if you'd like to. Ask for consent. This is what she's here to learn. This is like one of those teaching schools. So like maybe on some of your fellow teacher trainees in the room, they're in the room, right? Yeah. Go to those folks if they'll have you. You'll have her, right? Yeah. Okay, so come onto your backs. We'll take head towards Shiva, feet away, just because like that's a thing. Find your breath. I think I'm going to start in the back and work my way up. So what would be like a good way to indicate? How about IDK? Okay, we need a signal. How about the signal is if you want it, put a block on its highest height with a water bottle or your balls on top, your massage balls on top of the block, and that'll be the signal. And if you don't want it, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's not an obligation. And so see if you're like not in the back row, you have time to think about it and like talk to your neighbors about how it was. Okay. I'm gonna need you to turn this way though. Oh, do you want? Oh, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, but I can do it this way. I mean, if you're spotting me.
You want to come up from a drop back?
Yeah.
Okay, let me come back to you. Okay. Like keep warming up.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's a yes. Okay, hold my ankles. Stand through your feet to lift your hips up, and now try to push me over. Yep, push me over. You got it. Yep. And I just have my hands on her shoulder blades, like just a little bit of support. Now push through your legs and try to push me over. Yes, how's that feel?
Cool.
Couple more breaths, and then whenever you're ready, you come down, you bend your elbows, and think up or back to the floor. Gorgeous. You want it? Yes. Okay, so bring your hands alongside, elbows alongside for a sec. Okay. And then when you're ready, come into your bridge pose. Feel like you have a good grip? Mm-hmm. Hold on tight. We're going for a ride. Okay, yes, you got it. Push me away. Push into your legs, push into me. Push into your legs and try to knock me over. Yes, push into your legs, try to knock me over. And enjoy. Yum, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and whenever you're ready to come down, take your time. Gorgeous. Did I miss anyone in this row? Okay. Your turn.
Okay.
Hold my ankles.
Okay.
Got it. And
Yep.
then sit, you're in your bridge. Good. And now just try to push me over. Yep. You got it. And now push through your legs and push me over. Yep. And push through your legs. Push through your legs. Yeah. Push. Yes. Keep pushing through your legs. Yes. One more time like that. And then on an exhale, when you're ready to come down, come down. How was that?
That's great.
Yes.
That's really good.
Good.
Is it me?
It's you. Okay, hold my ankles. Stand through your feet to lift your hips, and then push me away. Yep, you got it. Oh, gorgeous. Easy. Push through your legs. Push me away. Yes, push through your legs.
Am I supposed to be like forward, back?
Yeah, this way, towards me. Yes. How is that?
That feels really good.
Yeah. And then on the exhale, come down. Yep. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Did you get it?
Can you tell
The-
me if my elbows are like above my...
You're deep. There's no deeper.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was...
If your arms were vertical?
There they are, yeah.
They're vertical.
Okay.
They're past vertical. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, is this you? Okay. And everyone else, like, it's not, class dismissed. It's you do you in the style of you in service to the breath. Hold my ankles more. Okay, now lift your hips. You got it. Now push me away.
Okay.
Yep, push me away. Push me over. Yes, push me over. And push into your legs and push me over. Yep. Yeah, it's just because you're not holding my ankles so much, but I like how you're holding now.
Okay.
You got it? Now one more time, push through your legs and push me over. Yes, gorgeous. And whenever you're ready, how did it feel?
So good.
Yay.
Yes. So much easier. Thank you.
Anyone, am I missing anyone in these rows? Do you want it? There it is. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Is there a block under you? Here. I got it. Hold my ankles. Come into your bridge pose. And now just push me over. Push me over. Push me over. Push into me. Push. Yeah, push me over. You're being too nice. And when you're ready to come down, come down. Okay. How did it feel? You're still over-efforting.
Oh, yeah, okay. But at least that's the first time I got that far up.
Really?
Yeah.
You have it.
I feel like my arms aren't strong.
I'm going to come back.
Okay, yeah.
Over. Oh, all these. All these. Okay, hold my ankles. Yep. And now push me over. Push me over. Yes. Now push through your legs and push me over. Push through your legs and push me over. Yes. One more time. And rest. You okay?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Okay, if I've come to you and you've had enough, push into me. Try to push me over. Push me over. Try to break me. Yeah, push me over. Push through your legs and push me over. It's a weird grip. I can feel it on my ankle. Yeah, look towards the mat and push me over with all your strength. And then when you're ready, come down. Sorry, I'm trying to multitasking. Jai, I'm coming back to you. If you've had enough, we're going back to the beginning, full circle. You're coming onto your back for windshield wipers. And then one ankle on top of a thigh, one ankle on top of a thigh. But wait, if you're still waiting for more back bends, don't counter pose yet. What? Are you sure? Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? Oh, stop. Okay. Hold my ankles. Stand. You've done this before, right? Oh my goodness. Stand through your feet, lift your hips up, and then push me away. Yep, gorgeous. And now push through your legs and push me over. Yes, push through your legs and push me over. And again, push through. It was your, do you go by Lena? Okay, and then lower down when you're ready. You had a weird grip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but we'll have more chances. Did I miss anyone over here? Hold my ankles. Bridge pose. And then push me over. You're good. Don't overthink it. You're good. Push me over. Yeah, and now push into your legs and push me over. Good. Push into your legs, push me away. And one more time, push into your legs. Yes, and try to push me over. How you doing? Good. And whenever you're ready to come down, bend your elbows. And tuck your chin. Gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Good. Oh, you have a water bottle on a block? And after your windshield wipers from side to side, you'll cross ankle over thigh for Sukhi Randrasana. Hold my ankles.
Did you get one? Yeah, you're good.
Good. And now push me over.
Like
Push. Yeah, push. Yep, push me over. Push into your legs. Yes. Push into your legs. And as you, yes, and push into your legs, and now try to push me over. Yes, one more breath. And then on an exhale, come on down.
Thanks.
Yeah, how was it? Okay. Turn your toes in. Good. And push into your legs. Yeah. We gotta make space in there.
What do you mean, me?
Yeah. I mean you.
Oh.
We gotta season this oven.
Oh.
Push through your legs. It's Sukhi Rendrasana on each side, just like at the beginning. Push into your legs. One more time. Push into your legs. And now push me over. Yes. Gorgeous. And whenever you're ready to come down.
You're funny.
And then after your Sukhi Rendrasana, again, this is at your pace, we're going Jatara Parivartanasana. That's the deeper leg supine twist. So it's thigh over thigh. If it was right thigh over left thigh, your tush goes to the right and your knees go to the left, and you let the breath massage the inner body. Did I miss anyone? Did anyone get missed? Okay.
This is really helpful because I'm trying to, my feet are always like all over the place when I do this. And
Yeah.
I'm really trying hard to like get them.
Okay, so but you want to come up. So you're good. Do your head this way. Like face me.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're working on coming up. Got it. Sukhi Rendrasana to both sides. I'm coming. And then when you come back to neutral, you're going to go for your strap. And now, how much do you want? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, now go back. Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
Now look toward, no, come up again. Look towards the floor. No, just this way. And now go back. I just wanted you to feel it. Could you feel it in your legs? Or does it feel more top heavy still?
I just need to slow down.
Yeah, okay.
It's slow.
So you can stay in your legs.
So I can stay.
Yeah, that's the circuitry. You gotta the breath comes in and it grounds you first. we take it like what was that thing in like when we were kids, nitrous, like right to the head? I never did it. But it's a metaphor, sorry. Actually, no, it's one of the few things. It just wasn't there, or else it would have been one of the things. Okay, so strap across the ball of the right foot. And take the right leg to the sky. Your bottom leg can be bent, foot on the floor, or straight. So wherever it feels more grounded, because remember, your bottom leg is your rear leg. It's the grounding leg, the stabilizing leg. So really prioritize that flavor of stability in the bottom leg. For some of you, it'll feel more grounded and stable straight. For more of you, it'll feel more grounded and stable bent. And then we'll take both sides of the strap into the right hand and open the right leg out to the right. And then an inhale up through center, take your time. Scoot especially if your bottom leg is bent, scoot your hips a little to the right. Take the strap in the left hand, and we're taking the leg across the midline to the left. And on the inhale, come up through center, and exhale to float it down. Feel the difference, if any, from side to side as you sort yourself back in towards a neutral position. Bend the left leg in, strap across the ball of the left foot. Find your breath. Follow the breath. In, down, deep, to the top, to the heart. Take both sides of the strap in the left hand, open the leg to the left.
Belly breath. Feel the breath through the nose, in the belly, the crown, the heart. Inhale to center. Exhale to traverse the midline in the style of you, in your key. Let it illuminate and affirm. Let it be, let the breath be in you and all over you. That's what the image of Shiva Nataraja shows us. She's all over him. He is as masculine and feminine a form as possible, as any one can be. Inhale to center. Exhale, float it down. It's a commingling of code. It's like DNA. It's what we're made of. And it expresses itself uniquely in you, as you, through you, for the divine delight, the joy, the bliss of a way to express and reveal infinity as the many, diversity, the diversity of forms is the revelation of the one as the many. Stretch your legs out long, reach the arms overhead. Huge breath in. Slow breath out. The bottom of that breath, hug your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around yourself, give yourself the sweetest embrace. Scan your body with your awareness as you prepare for final pose, Shavasana. Let yourself be heavy on the altar of the earth. We return to where we began, the dissolution. Allow your edges to soften and this sense of self to dissolve into the altar of the earth, like watering a plant. Make of yourself an offering to the earth. Look for the breath. And for the time being, we settle into something like stillness in order for the more subtle pulsations of energy to become more revealed. That which is often overlooked as to its subtlety. Little pulsations in the body, the subtlety of the breath. Allow this to hold your vision. Feel the breath, the swirling, twisting, flowing energy that fills us, surrounds us, enlivens us, and connects us to each other and all that is, from heart to heart. A deep breath to the depth of your being. Let it fill you up and take it to heart. The heart ignites and illuminates the mind and the body. And here, in and from this gift of embodiment, make of the breath, the exhale, the most heartfelt offering. Let it pour out of you in all directions. Invite the breath in to the depths. Let it fill you up. Take it to heart. And make of it a heartfelt offering as you exhale. As you deepen the breath, feel how naturally the breath deepens you. This is the yoga. This is the dance. You dance with the breath. The breath is the Lord of yoga, the lead dancer. Enlivens you, animates you, so that it can see itself in you, reveal itself as you, and express itself through you for pure delight. Let the spirit that you are begin to awaken the body that you have, wiggling toes and fingers, stretching arms and legs. And let the body that you have affirm, embrace, and adorn the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself. The ring of fire, for this is and you are the gift of life. As you bend your legs and feel both feet on the ground, the eyes still closed, the steady gaze inward. Take a moment to consider the ways in which you stretch your practice of yoga into the activities of your daily life. Call yourself down to earth and back to reality and recognize what it is that you have to offer. You may offer your gifts to those in the world around you. In so doing, not only bringing, but also restoring beauty. Imagine that. When you're ready, roll to one side, press through your arms, find your way into a comfortable seated posture. The eyes closed, the hands folded before the heart in Anjali Mudra, the gesture of sincere self-reverence and courageous self-offering that places the heart before the heart. And today we'll seal in our time together by sharing the voices of our hearts and the sound of an Om, the key of the universe. This primordial sound that underlies and overlays all that is. You can feel free to join in the sound or let it wash over you. Deep breath in. As you bow to your heart, with all my heart I bow to the divine indwelling light in each of you. May it guide us all in all we do. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. We were in the deep end today. So take your time coming ashore. And just know that behind the scenes, I'm deep in it this month, and I'll do my best to channel without fire hosing. Anyone in the house have any announcements today? Again, hands-on adjustments. So if you like that, hands-on adjustments with Abby's Wednesday nights through March. There are a couple spots left for Tulum if you're interested. I, again, am in the zone of mapping. This is one dance known as the Ananda Tandava, one of 7 dances. And I'm in the realm of the 7 dances and the corresponding goddesses and their seed mantras and how each of us is an environment for all these seeds. So there's a lot more to come. And here in the studio, it'll be very much in the Shiva stories.
Ooh, next Thursday, 8 a.m., I'm subbing for Larry, if anyone's around and wants a little whatever your day is yoga.
Thanks, friends at home.